So for French toast casserole, it's 10 cups of bread cubes, 2½ cups of water, 1/2 cup of dates or 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, whole wheat is best, 2 small bananas, 1/3 cup of orange juice, frozen concentrate, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of walnuts chopped, 2 cups of crushed pineapple chilled, and 2 tablespoons of orange juice, frozen concentrate.
Very good. Okay, well, we're going to start with our casserole dish.
Okay.
Yvonne, if you could just give it a quick spray.
Sure.
And we will get this ready.
Okay.
We've got our bread cubes here. A lot of times children don't like whole grain breads because they're too coarse for them. But in this particular recipe, you can get a really good hearty bread if you wanted, because we're going to put a liquid topping over it and bake it so it'll soften it up very nice. So it's a great way to sneak those whole grain fibers into the breakfast without the children complaining about the texture.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do kind of quasi-sneaky things to get healthy ingredients into kids. So this is great.
Absolutely.
So,
okay.
and these are just broken into pieces?
Yes, just cut up whole wheat bread.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to hold the bowl, and I'll slide it in here with my gloves.
Sure.
Okay.
And I did wash my hands.
All right. So we have 10 cups of that here, and you can still use the ends of the bread. Like I said, it's going to get soft once we put the sauce on top of this for baking.
All right. I guess I should set this over here.
Now, one of the reasons why I came up with this recipe is because I had 3 children, and so that's a lot of French toast in the morning, which means Mama keeps jumping up and down flipping French toast, and the kids are all done before I get to eat.
Right.
And I want to eat as a family.
Right, right. And then it's cold. The first batch is kind of cold by the time you make the, I'm with you.
That's it.
I got it.
So he said, you know what? Why don't we just put it in casserole dish? We can all sit down and eat together. So that's the method behind this one.
Love it.
Okay, so we have our bread cubes in there, and we're going to go ahead and put everything in our blender. Very simple recipe.
Okay.
Now,
and you know what, as you were saying, go ahead, you can, what you were saying about keeping it simple, I think that's really important, because if it looks too complicated, people are going to be like, oh, I can't do that. I just can't do that.
That is so true. Well, this is blend and bake.
Oh,
so
I
it's
love
real
it.
simple.
Love it.
Now I'm using very ripe bananas because they're sweet. A lot of times people will save these for making banana bread, but you can go ahead and use those wonderful speckled bananas in this dish as well to get a little added sweetness.
You know what else is, when they're kind of getting a little bit more ripe, you can also freeze them.
Yes.
I peel them, freeze them for smoothies, and then you can just put them, drop them in for a smoothie.
Our next recipe.
Oh!
We're going to be doing it. There we go.
Okay.
You're one ahead of us.
All
That's
right.
fantastic.
Okay.
And then we're going to put in some dates. Now, these happen to be medjool dates.
They're not pitted.
They're not pitted, so if you buy medjool dates, they're probably not going to be pitted. You want to make sure you just pull those pits out. Very simple to do. They just slide right out, and if you forget one, you can fish it out of the blender.
Now, what are some of the advantages of medjool dates over just regular dates?
These are a little larger. They're a little softer. So the soft is really nice if your blender is not really powerful.
Okay.
So if you have a blender that is not really powerful and you don't have medjool dates, they could take the dates and just soak them in the water for just a little while and soften them up before they put them into the blender. And that will help to ease the strain on the blender. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to go ahead and take these off while we finish up.
Right.
All right. Then we have some whole wheat flour, and that just helps to thicken the sauce up once it heats. And some orange juice concentrate. That adds a little bit of sweetness as well as flavor. And a little bit of salt here to just enhance the flavor that we have there.
Salt enhances the flavor.
It really does.
Right?
It really does. Just a little bit.
Yeah, the salt of the earth.
That's right. That is right. Okay, so put this cover on here.
This Vitamix is really great because it's a very intense kind of blender.
It is. So we're going to start slow so it doesn't take off like a bomb.
Okay.
And that's really about all it needs.
Really?
Yes, that'll be fine. And so then, would you like to pour it on?
Sure.
Okay.
Just tell me what I'm. Tell me.
You're
what to
going to just evenly back and forth
Okay.
all over the French toast. And this will just moisten that bread up, and as it bakes in the oven, it'll just be soft and warm and deliciously sweet. And we're going to make a little topping to put on this as well.
Nice. Yay.
Yes, and then everybody will eat together.
What a great idea. I had never thought of a French toast casserole.
That's right. Why not?
This is great.
I'm just going to spread this.
Where do I
just,
set this?
That'll work.
Okay.
I'm just going to spread it just a little bit. We'll tuck those down. Maybe that didn't get quite so coated. We'll tuck them down in there so the kids don't complain about crispy.
Right.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Great.
And then we're just going to sprinkle some walnuts on the top of this.
Love it.
A little
And
omega-3.
walnuts are great for omega-3 and brain food.
Absolutely.
So that's really great.
and they taste so wonderful.
It does.
Yes.
I love walnuts on just fruit, and oh, it's just so good.
It is. So that's it. And then
Okay.
this will go in the oven.
Okay.
We have a finished one over here. If you want to, we can pull that out
Yeah,
and just
yeah,
show
yeah.
them what it will look like when it's done.
Sure.
And we'll have you taste it after we do the smoothie.
Okay.
So it bakes up with the walnuts in that, and then we have a topping for that.
Oh,
now
great.
we can put the smoothie on it that we're going to make on the maple nut soft serve.
Yes.
Or we could put on, if you could hand me the pineapple and the orange juice concentrate.
Sure.
A simple topping for this, if you're in a hurry, would just be to take some crushed pineapple, add a little bit of orange juice concentrate into that, stir that up, and then put it on the individual pieces when you serve it, and it's very, very nice on there. Pineapple is naturally sweet, and the orange juice just enhances that pineapple flavor.
So this is an unsweetened. It's just in its own juice.
That's
maybe.
right, natural
Yes.
sweetness. So when you cut your piece, you could, at the breakfast table, just go ahead and put a little bit of that on, and it's
so
delicious.
This is warm, and then that's just like room temperature.
And if you like it cold, you could make it the night before.
Oh,
So
great.
that works.
Great, great,
That
great.
works very good.
Okay.
Right. Now, would you want to try it like this?
Sure.
Okay, we have a plate right there for you.
Oh, gotta do it quickly.
Okay. We'll just give you a little piece here. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll put a little sauce on there for
Just a
you.
little bit.
All right.
Oh,
Here, we'll get that on the side
thank
for you.
you. Thank you, Lord, for this food.
Yes. Wonderful whole grains. So you have whole grains, fruits, and nuts. You really have a complete meal in the one dish. Your children can leave ready for school, ready with brain power for their day.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to make this for Danny.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you are interested in inviting Leslie Kaza to your church for a cooking seminar or to help your community to attain a healthier lifestyle, you can contact her at 4204 Jackson Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee 38128. That's 4204 Jackson Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee 38128. You can call her at 731-798-1106. That's 731-798-1106. Or you can email her at leslie.caza@gmail.com.
Book. I do.
Tell us about the cookbook.
The cookbook has about 160 recipes in it. 130 of them are gluten-free for those who need that. And we didn't plan it that way. That's just the way it worked out. So they're yummy, and many of them are gluten-free, and there's a big variety from breakfast to desserts.
Oh, that's so good. If you're transitioning and you want to know how to cook some really good vegan meals, get her cookbook and just practice. Make it make your kitchen your laboratory.
There
right?
we go.